Get to fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zit the back that like a popo. No do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a K for 2 wheels and they ride down to Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. Finna got in the gently. Ain't been friends with these when I was down out of so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my range. You can see all my pain and got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my and I know you're not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you rockin'
Stadium. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On first down, it's Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and that'll bring up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Richmond. Come back.
From the gun, here's Watson. Caught here by Griffin. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Well, Charles, it feels like Lamar Miller's been around the NFL forever, but he's still just going to turn 28 in April. Well, this past year, though, 973 rushing yards, good for 12th in the league.
And you know that he's capable of being a 1,000-yard runner year in and year out, save for some injuries and maybe utilizing the pass game a little bit more in Houston. 4.6 yards per carry is a healthy number, and that was his highest since 2014 when he was with the Miami Dolphins.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They're going for it. It's Watson trying to lay one up deep and able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. They'll run it here. This is James White. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of pack?
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. James White, 38 yards. And the Pats have taken the early lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half, 3-0 New England, Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, the 3rd team to win the year after losing the Super Bowl, the first since the Dolphins in 1972.
And, of course, the big number now for New England, 6 titles, and they are tied with the Steelers for the most ever. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Come back.
Out of the gun, Watson. Underneath for Miller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Watson hands this to Foreman, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. On first down, Watson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Just despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Target! Richmond!
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. In for the score. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
It just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter of play. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Shotgun now for Brady. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. Brady to Gronkowski. They make it look easy, don't they? And it's a Patriot first down. For Gronk, of course, the big question, has he played his last game in the NFL?
But we won't have to wait too long to find out if he sticks with what he told everyone after the ball game. Expects to make a decision in about a week or so. We'll find out. If indeed that was his last game, not only did he go out a winner and on top, how about 6 catches for 87 yards? And don't forget that huge 29-yarder to set up the Patriots' only touchdown.
And speaking of the number 29, that's his age. He'll turn 30 in May. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. There was only one man who scored a touchdown in Super Bowl 53, and, of course, it was that man we just saw, Sony Michel.
How about him turning it on in the postseason of his rookie year? Because in the 16-game regular season, he didn't play in all 16 now. He did have 6 touchdowns, which is pretty darn good. But he added 6 more touchdown runs in the Patriots' 3 playoff wins. That's pretty significant as well.
Brady to throw on 2nd down. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 23 yards on the play.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Orange! Sugar!
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Philip Dorsett, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but
line. But the Houston Texans, as they come onto the field, obviously their offseason hit a little earlier than they wanted in January, making it to the playoffs, losing to Indianapolis. It was the first time that 2 AFC South teams had actually met in the playoffs when they squared off with the Colts.
And think about how the 2 of them began the year. Houston began 0-3. The Colts began 1-5. Yet they both finished so hot. The Colts down the stretch, 9-1 in their last 10. Houston 8-2. And end up meeting in the playoffs, and both of them ended up winning on the other team's home field. The Colts did it twice. Houston did it once.
But as you said several times, hard for Houston to be completely disappointed with the ending. They have a lot to build on for next year. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught. And give him a gain of 37. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. They'll give it to him up the middle. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Hey, Alabama. Tough. White. Tough.
Brady to throw again. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They do go for it. It's Brady. And he's going to go down again. DJ Reader in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. Right? There's no doubt about it. People are wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter. 7 underscore. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Third and long, it's Watson. He's got Fuller. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side.
Richmond.
He'll get it up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Michel. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They stay on the ground with White. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
It was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. James White, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice two-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. But sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big-time play there for the Texans. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Watson. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, particularly running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Eluding the pressure right. This will be caught just inside the 10. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Here's Watson. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The drive starts with a run by White. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Brady. Goes underneath here to White. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a... use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll run with White. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They keep it on the ground. White again. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. James White, 59 yards. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
Come back.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Watson now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson going deep for Hopkins. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 47 yards. And the Texans get a bit closer. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So the Patriots coming out now. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. And Brady's throw there, incomplete. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Rip. Ozzie. Hey, 66.
Brady will try again on 2nd down. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
A first carry down for Rex Burkhead. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And Dwayne Allen on the ground. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And Allen's got it! And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10. Brady now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Brady. And a dump off to White. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Brady, he gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That's it, baby.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued.
Every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete, and he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. White's got a 1st down and more. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Come back.
Watson on first down. It's complete to Fuller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Now it's Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20, 10, and he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offense, it's all going to work.
That's called